the main initiative has been to create a healthy routine, to restabilize and integrate these lessons of improvement and realignment into a routine, something substantial on a practical level, but it will create more substance over time. Our boat becomes more expedited when we focus on our own, because I've had many distractions along the way, and notice how the cards did not depict that. Maybe mine did in canceling out those distractions, those visual distractions of the old world 3D aspect. So let's go ahead and just do a quick one, Spirit. Okay, let's get an update. I love it. Okay, let's go over the seed, Spirit. Ooh. Oh, there's 3 here. Okay. So we have wisdom. We're looking to still expand with our boundaries. The divine, connecting with the divine in self and in all. You see Mother Gaia here. She has a stream of water, like almost like a fountain, like from her crown chakra. And at her chest, you see florals, right? 9. That's abundance, already in bloom. At her chest plate, it's almost like a warrior. She's donning that. Very cool. Okay. And then you see 8 rocks, stones as a necklace. When I see that 8 of Pentacles, we see that this is taken work. This is manifestation work. This is working at your craft. This is a continual process of it. And then at her crown, she has 8 also. Yeah, so her depiction of royalty, what she's earned to crown as well as adorn herself with, has taken work. It's both at her throat chakra and crown chakra. Very cool. And this is monumental. This is like Mount Rushmore, except solo. Very cool. That's a seed. Continuing to grow. And then wish. We're working on our wishes. So when you look at this, be reminded that your light is enough and allows you to become self-guided. It's like the Hermit card in cosmic terms, disrobing and allowing his or her lamp to be thrown into the atmosphere, because she or he is now balanced via temperance. See how the water is poured out after alchemized. That is us after inner alchemy. That's the star card. It's hope. So this is a dandelion. There's 5 wishes already thrown into the atmosphere, into the macrocosm, which are soon to grow, because these grow like wildfire. And there's so many here. I'm a Gemini. What can I say? Okay, so that's, oh my gosh, that's a seed. I just realized that's a seed. So, we're master manifestors. I'm a master manifester. Ooh, when you look at this, it's almost like this is the familiar wisdom. This is almost like her scepter, her wand. Do you see that? That's so cool. That's a cool wand to have. Soil and roots. Okay, that was fast. This is Rise, the card that represents our foundation, whatever we're building upon. Ascending to greater heights. Being one with spirit, with the divine. You see 3 birds here, but this is more like humanized birds. This is within our own wielding, our own reach. This is the divine spirit and the angels. Harmonizing with them, being one with them. This is like the 2 of Swords opening up so that there's no more blockage. Communicating with the divine, trying to emulate this. Being underneath Spirit's wings. Working together, manifesting together with Spirit. I love it. Do you see there's a hidden heart over here? It's sacral, orange, on top of the hill. Nothing obstructing. I feel like there's something else here. Yeah, this is definitely messages to and from the divine.
If we look at this hill as the learning curve, or even a portion of our highest frequency, it means we are meeting with the divine during our highest vibing states, applying the lessons learned. We are at the highest degree of working potential, pushing boundaries while we intimately work with the divine.
So that is the soil and roots. Now let's look at the sun spirit. Duality. Vesica piscis. Or Vesica Pisces. So this is almost like a Venn diagram. You'll see that a lot in my videos. I'll link them below. It's the balance, the unification, the understanding of what is alike from two different items. A marriage, a bond, the building of something together. It's a merging of your masculine and feminine self. Your yin and yang.
Primarily to equip us with the capability of exerting this life force within the macrocosm.
It's a marriage, the bond between that, and this is the sun, the raw energy for our growth. It's realignment. And it's done from head to toe. So this is more latitude rather than longitude. When we see a Vesica piscis, it's usually a longitude, a landscape type of view. But this is depicted from head to toe, which tells me this is more of an embodiment within, as above, so below.
Where heart and mind meet.
It's almost like alchemizing with the divine, like building a snowman. Because once you do that with the divine, all you need is just one more to top it off. And that would be with your community, your peers.
Lifting each other up legitimately.
People want in on that when they see you can do that with the divine, because they want to learn how to do it themselves. It's not really always a grasp for power. It's maybe a thirst for knowing that they might need that in their lives and just wanting to know how to do it. So not everyone is power hungry. And there's something else to that. This is with the divine, because you see the dotted lines and the dotted lines here. Yeah, that's what that means. Okay, so now we're looking at the water. Okay. Kindreds. This is what we can find nourishment, reinvigorating, relief along the way. And that's working together as a community. Looking at ourselves as alchemizing together, because as we talked about the alchemizing of temperance as well as the star, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out. But it's almost like all hands on deck, but it's all feet in water. We're all in. Their foundation is that each of us are all in. So here we have 7 rays of light, that's 7 of wands.
The downfall of this energy is also a reality, as the card reference infers competition. This could mean that many are competing to be the spotlight of source, competing for higher ground. So each are meant to combat this destructive energy together, and as long as they are founded within balanced alchemy, they will all directly benefit from and as source.
But now I'm seeing the 3 rays of light. It's almost like a UFO hauling you in, like you are chosen, except you are choosing the light this time, each of you. When all your feet are in the water, it's almost a balance of, 2 different energies, water and fire. The balancing, the alchemy, as above, so below, working together at that. And it has such a rooting effect that this alchemizing, this unification in itself is pouring out into this rooted system deeply to the earth. The earth feels this energy. Our environment feels this energy. They are conversing with us, helping us transmute negative energy, become more bonded. This is true abundance. This portal, it's strewn with leaves, almost like Roman leaves. I'm sorry, I don't remember what they wear in their hair. It's very cool. On the horizon, all abundance, all trees. Very nice. So that is water where we can see what will replenish us. Being able to rely on our soul family, our kinships. All right, what's next? Weeds, spirit. What are the weeds? It's also knowing who we can depend on. We're all kindred spirits, really. But who do we currently find resonance with? And how are we going to expand that? Right? Because this is just a depiction of a concept. This can expand for many people. This is just the starting point. This is the Three of Wands energy, waiting for ships to come in, but there's movement in it in some capacity. Okay, so weed spirit. What do we have for the weeds? I guess that one's it. The moon. Mysteries. This is the full moon. And this is the different phases of it, like waxing and waning. And a reflection on the sea, on the world. And it's also a portal. This is the weeds. We need to be conscious of how it can overtake our journey for growth. With mysteries, it raises suspicions, doesn't it? Which means that often we characterize each other as suspects. We kind of demonize each other. And that goes completely against our whole realm of revitalization, who we can lean on. So when we look at the seed, the many wishes that we have, those wishes could be very ideal. Like the cow jumped over the moon, almost folkloric, nursery rhyme, almost juvenile. But the whole challenge is to see the divine in all. And the only way to be in that energy is to be one with all. To find the likeness in each other. This is the energy source to bond. Because this is the inverse to the sun. It presents a different kind of illumination. Almost like a translucent glow that can be very alluring. It's almost a veil in itself. There's so many mysteries involved with it. This in itself cannot be demonized. It's the aspect where we can't see things clearly. And being able to accept that in this portal, seeing the portal of light, the portal of dark, that there's a certain respect and honor that we have for the day and the night, death and life, trusting in the process, in the full cycle, that not everything can be pinpointed and known. But in the end, the sun and the moon are going to do its thing. And that there's always going to be mysteries past our lifetime. I think it's really understanding, accepting the truths that maybe are beyond our comprehension, just as certain elements in our lives are
Questionable to us from our current standpoint. And
beyond our control. The surrender, that's what it is. Do you see how the arms are apart? They're not holding hands, but they're together. They're grounded as one unit, but overlapping. It's interdependent in this alchemizing structure of being weaved together through the art of surrendering. There's a certain amount of surrender, as we can see in this sphere.
this links back to the Vesca Piscis, finding the bond between the mysteries of life and our wishes or manifestations in progress. The act of harmonizing allows us to recalibrate by setting ourselves and each other up for success. It's the trust that our intentions can eclipse the moon, highlighting each seed, or the moon can eclipse our intentions. Now, Spirit suggests alchemizing the bond, not just seeking out the similarities, but accept the duality in all. Notice the center point of the reed. The protected seed is divine. It is the wand of intentions illuminated by the moon. Observe how abundant that is in full context.
A surrender to faith, to trust in the mysteries. Let's go ahead and look at the bottom of the deck. Grounded. 5 of Swords in the air. The 5 of Swords could be ego-driven, understanding that Your ego is part of the scenery, distractions. But your grasp is around our foundations, holding on to what really matters, what grounds you, what you know to be supportive, progressive energy of growth. Because all colors here in the sun energy is within this duality card, raw energy that helps us grow. Okay, I think that's it for now. 37:51 on the clock. Thanks for joining me. Remember, please hit the like, subscribe, notifications bell as well. So feel free to comment. I would love to hear what your input is. And thanks very much for joining me. I hope you learned something, not just about your reader, but also about yourself. Most definitely about yourself. Make sure to thank Spirit, your divine team, your higher self, your inner child. And I'll see you again later. Bye. And happy Easter.